Yo, what is up, beautiful people? It is Sunday night. I believe it's May 25th. And I believe this is going to be the second episode or second sort of update regarding this 2025 contest prep of mine. Tonight, and even throughout the day, I had some moments of clarity that I felt like sharing with you all. And the thing I'm going to start with is how grateful I am for my competition and for the ability to compete. And I'm gaining more insight as to why I compete and what drives me to compete, because sometimes I don't fully understand why my spirit and my soul gets pulled in to the competition world. But today I gained some clarity as to why that is. So I'll try to share that with you all. The bodybuilding lifestyle is something I live 365 in some regards, right? Like training and nutrition is such a huge part of my life. But what drives me to diet for 24 weeks consistently and step up on stage in posing trunks and, shaving the whole body and getting tan and doing some things I actually don't necessarily enjoy too much. But what I noticed today and why I have so much gratitude for my competition is because the competitive process drives me to challenge myself in ways I simply would not if it wasn't for the stage and if it wasn't for the competition. So this morning, I took progress photos of myself as I do every Sunday morning. I am officially 17 weeks out from the WNBF UAE competition in Dubai. And to be honest with you, today was one of the first times I was genuinely pleased with what I was seeing in regards to the progress. And there's been a lot of layers of frustration in regards to the foot injury and how that's really impacted my training drastically for the lower half, right? I haven't been able to do any sort of true compound lifts for the lower half. No hack squatting, no leg pressing, no Bulgarian split squats. Nothing I really, really love to do. But nonetheless, I see a lot of progress is being made from a conditioning standpoint, and I'm dropping body fat. And nonetheless, I was happy with what I saw. And if I'm being honest with you guys, there's so many moments during contest prep where I am really doubting, why am I doing this? What am I doing this for? Will I beat my 2021 package? And there are moments where I genuinely don't know if I will fit in on the pro stage. And then there are other moments, perhaps that same exact day, where I think I'm going to win my weight class. So the self-belief and the self-doubt really wax and wane, and they can really throw you for a loop. So today was one of those days where self-belief was a lot higher after seeing some of the progress photos, after comparing those progress photos with where I was exactly a year ago, basically in May of 2024, at a very similar body weight to where I'm at now. And then I also went back to my 2021 prep files and compared where I was at this same exact body weight. And that was around late June. And now we're in late May. So I am 1 month, I'm 1 month ahead in a sense of where I was in 2021. And I'm still really happy with what I brought in 2021, especially in October and especially in November. So yeah, I'm just feeling a lot better about where I'm at. And going back to why I have so much gratitude for my competition, I saw some great athletes hit the stage this past weekend on the social media channels, and it fires me the fuck up in a way that if I wasn't competing, and obviously, yeah, you can train and you can eat like a bodybuilder, um, and you do not necessarily have to compete to live this bodybuilding lifestyle. But the reason I feel so much gratitude towards my competition is because without them, I would not push myself to the same level, right? That competition is that finish line for us athletes that we want to cross, that is our day to share our best work. And we work so hard to get to that day, and we all push each other to be better. And that's the beautiful thing. When it comes to bodybuilding, there isn't a win column and a loss column necessarily, unless you consider anything besides first place a loss. You can't have that mindset if you'd like. But again, like most other sports, you have a win column and you have a loss column. I remember the first competition I ever did, the promoter, Phil Satilli, he was like, listen, in bodybuilding, your chances of winning are really, really slim. If you have 8 competitors in your class, the chances of you winning are 12.5%, right? So yeah, that's one way to view it. However, what I'm trying to say is I'm so grateful for my competition, because at the end of the day, even though I don't necessarily care too much about competition day, it's not really about me competing against others. On that day, we can embrace one another and we can almost thank one another for showing up on that day, competing against one another, because throughout the entire preparation, we are pushing each other to be the best version of ourselves. And that's one reason why we walk this path, right? So yeah, it's just a beautiful thing. I also saw a really cool clip from a MMA champion. Her nickname is Thug Rose, and she essentially thanked her competition for, quote unquote, being her dance partner in the octagon. And I want to thank all of my competitors, whether I shared the stage with you or not. I think we all push each other to be a better version of ourselves. And I think when we see somebody take themselves to a higher level or to the next level, we get inspired by that. And that can actually yield greater self-belief in ourselves. And there's a lot to be gained from that. There's a lot of beauty there. So again, self-belief and self-doubt are going to wax and wane throughout a prep. Today was just one of those days where the self-belief was riding higher than it usually is. And I was feeling good about what I'm going to bring later this year. Whereas before, there was a lot of questions, am I going to be bringing an improved package, or is it basically just going to be the same? And I'm going to put myself through this 6-month diet to basically look the same. That's not exciting, right? I don't want to step on stage looking the way I did in 2021, even though I'm proud of that physique and it was the best physique to date by far. The purpose of this journey is to continue to level up. And that's what I intend to do. And that's what I look forward to doing. So yeah, I hope everyone is getting the most out of their journey, understanding that things aren't going to be perfect all the time. Over the last 4-ish years, since the last time I stepped off stage, which is 3.5 years ago, I have not had a quote unquote perfect improvement season or off season by any means. But no matter what, I was always in the gym at least 3 days a week, sometimes up to 5 days a week. And I probably averaged 4 training sessions per week. over the last 4.5 years, 3.5 years. But things were not perfect. Nutrition was good, not perfect. Training was good, not perfect. And I had the largest transformation of my life by far, as I am now a father, and that is something I was not in 2021. So this has been a huge learning experience. And right now I am going through this contest prep where in the past, prep was always at the forefront of my mind. Prep really dictated what my daily schedule would look like. Right now, it's really not like that. And I don't stress out about it. I have so much experience and I have so much self-awareness, and I can auto-regulate and use intuition really, really well right now. And that's something I'm really enjoying about this process. And this isn't suffering to me. Like in the past, I may have viewed it as some sort of self-sacrifice. I really don't view it that way at the moment. It's just part of the process, and I almost want to say it's not hard at all. It's just being fully committed. And again, there's a part of me that feels like I am supposed to walk down this path at this time. And this season is going to be an amazing opportunity for me to realize who I have become over the last 3.5, 4 years, as I have transformed tremendously as a human being. And this fall, my wife and I will have another child coming into the world. And I know that's going to drastically transform me again in ways I can't even imagine, the same way having our first son has transformed the both of us in ways I can't even imagine. But I'm so grateful for it all. I'm so grateful for natural bodybuilding and for the fact that I did start doing this in 2011 when I was 19 years old. Again, I thought I would compete maybe that one time as just an acute challenge to present myself with, and then it drastically changed my entire life, from what I studied to the college I went to, eventually moving to Florida, to now coaching people full-time in physique sport and body composition transformations and studying body composition at the end of the day, right? So yeah, it's been a beautiful journey. I'm just grateful for the whole damn thing. And I've been rambling for 13 minutes now. I don't know what we're going to use and what we might not use. I kind of just want to use the whole damn thing. Last thing I guess I quickly want to update you all on is my training. This is the first time in 12-ish years, I would say since 2013, that I am currently running a training program that I haven't created for myself from scratch. And it's been really, really fun to utilize someone else's training system that I respect to the utmost degree, and that is Dr. Scott Stevenson. So I'm currently running Fortitude training, and this is a training system that you can auto-regulate to a massive degree. So, I'm making it my own in some sense, but I'm following his split, I'm following his methodologies. And the beautiful thing about that is he generally writes it as a 4-day split. And so right now I'm 17 weeks out. I started at 24 weeks out. A lot of weeks I was intending to get 5 resistance training sessions in, and I would only get 4 sessions in. And I would beat myself up for missing that 5th session or for letting life get in the way, even though I truly was just prioritizing things that are more important, like my family, my son's schedule, his needs, and everything like that. And right now, running Fortitude training, It's 4 days per week. I just completed week 1 yesterday. I'm so pumped for day 1 of week 2 tomorrow, and I'll share more about that in the upcoming video for sure. Definitely let me know if you want me to cover the training in depth, as I would like to. But huge shout out to Dr. Scott Stevenson, Fortitude Training, the fucking man. So yeah, that's been fun. The last time I've ran a different program was 2013's prep. I ran the old Lane Norton PHAT program, so power hypertrophy adaptive training. I ran that probably from 2011 to 2013, I believe. And then in 2013, later on in that year, maybe 2014, I did a little bit of August 753, which is super OG classic, right? So shout out to the homie Matt. But since then, I haven't done any other training system outside of what I've created for myself. So it's fun to do something different. And yeah, everything is going well. 17 weeks out from the WMBF UAE today. Today is May 25th, 2025. And yeah, life is good. Life is good. I'm excited for the rest of this prep. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a lot of physique updates. A part of me wants to keep everything under wraps. That's the competitive part of me. Another part of me wants to not give a fuck and just share everything and share the process live. But I will say there's something really intimate about this process, and there is something that I enjoy about just sharing the final product on competition day and then potentially backtracking and talking about the process in a different manner. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you guys even think that makes a difference, or if you guys just want to hear what I'm doing for training, how I'm approaching my diet, and so on and so forth. Right now, again, I am 17 weeks out, and I'm auto-regulating my nutrition quite a bit. So I just have a really good intuition of what my body needs. So my calories float quite a bit. Some days they're as low as 1,800. Some days they're as high as 2,700 on a training day. And then if I'm refeeding, it can be, up to 34-ish hundred. But like today was a non-training day. I just did a little bit of core. And I haven't even had 70 grams of carbs today. And that's totally fine with me. I feel good. It was just more of a protein, vegetable, not even high fat. I'm at like 75-ish grams of fat. But yeah, I can auto-regulate my nutrition super, super well. One thing I've had to do because of the broken foot, because of the broken foot, my NEAT has been way lower. My step count has been way lower. So I've been wearing a weighted vest basically the majority of the entire day while I'm awake. It's about 17-ish pounds at the moment. I can incrementally increase that over time, but that is obviously increasing my total daily energy expenditure to some extent to sort of offset my ability to not get in a lot of steps, as that would just be a greater stress to my foot that is bothersome, it's uncomfortable and whatnot. So my step count's been way lower than I would like it to be, or that it normally is. But as the foot gets better, that will be going up, and then that'll probably allow me to just actually eat more food and not have my calories as low as they currently are, but it really hasn't been an issue whatsoever. So nonetheless, that's my update for today. Spoke a little bit about thanking my competition for driving me to be the best version of myself. I gained some clarity as to why I fucking decide to do competition preps, why my spirit gets pulled in that direction. And yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful process. I also spoke about self-doubt and self-belief. Sometimes I literally think that I don't look like a pro natural bodybuilder, that I am not going to do well on a pro stage. I question if I'm going to fit in on the pro stage, and then that very day or the very next day, I might feel like, oh, I'm going to fucking win this thing. I'm going to crush it. I can't wait to present what I'm going to bring. So that wax and weans, and I'm just being honest and vulnerable. And I think that's something all of us might experience. That self-talk might be there for all of us, maybe not. Maybe some of you are extremely confident athletes and your self-talk is on point and you never have those negative thoughts. But for me, a lot of those negative thoughts slip in. So again, spoke about self-belief, self-doubt, and then kind of shared that I've been auto-regulating training and nutrition, and I'm utilizing fortitude training for the first time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Right now, I think I would probably only compete 3 times this season. This will be the last thing I talk about. WMBF UAE. I might do an NPC show here in St. Pete for fun. It's the NPC Hurricane Bay competition that I did in 2021. Had a blast. And then my season will probably end at the California Muscle Mayhem in Sacramento. I am no longer doing WMBF Worlds because my wife is pregnant and our due date is like literally right then. So that's going to be off the table. It's so funny too. I think, again, I'm going into the season with the thought that it might be my last because I know how much life is going to change. But with that being said, I feel like my ability to not do Worlds this year can be a reason that reels me back in freaking 3, 5, 6, or 8 years down the road, because a part of me feels like my competitive career without having my own experience at Worlds as an athlete would be incomplete. So grateful for all of my athletes that I've been able to coach to Worlds and all the experience I've had at Worlds as a coach, including 2 world champions in the pro division and another first place in the amateurs. But nonetheless, yeah, I think that might reel me back in the future. We'll see. But anyway, I love you guys. Thank you guys for listening to this, if you did. And I will share the rest of my prep in a way that just feels organic and authentic. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I love you guys. Hope you have an amazing summer. Hope you have a fruitful 2025. And if you're going through a season that isn't so fruitful, don't beat yourself up about it. Try to figure out what you can do to cultivate a more fruitful future, and understand that there are different seasons in life for different purposes of growth. And yeah, much love, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.